boys and girls. This is Guildmaster Kenyatta Long here with the Intergalactic Guild of Occult Sciences, and today I just wanted to talk to you really quickly about demons. Sorry, I had to throw in that maniacal laugh, but yeah, so I just wanted to talk to you guys really quickly about demons and what they are and how you can work with them safely. And I have to emphasize the word safely because I've been in this field for about 30 years or so, and I've seen firsthand the havoc that demons can cause when they're not used properly, and even the havoc that they can cause as they're roaming about in the atmosphere. So one thing I want to point out to you is that demons they're all around us, and you know, if you've been watching the news lately, I'm sure you can tell that demons are partly responsible for a lot of these weird actions that humans are taking. So demons, so the thing about demons is, and there seems to be a curiosity with them nowadays. So you know, demons are low density beings, meaning that they have a density of energy that is close to our physical reality, which allows them somewhat easy access to influence this physical reality and the peoples of this reality, being us. There's tons of them. I don't think we can even count the number of demons that are roaming about. One thing about these demonic energies is that they're not the brightest. So as an occult scientist, when you're working with demons, you have to be very clear on what it is you're trying to accomplish. You know, so let me talk about 3 tips here that you can use to kind of work with these entities safely. Tip number 1, don't waste your time trying to have conversations with demons. So in other words, don't waste time trying to invoke a demon for divination purposes. While it may seem like common sense to evoke them for that purpose because they're so close to our physical density, remember that demons, they're deceiving. They're deceivers and they're liars, and they will say or do anything they need to in order to wreak as much havoc as possible on the physical reality. So, you know, it makes sense that you want to limit that open communication channel. You want to limit how much time you spend trying to talk to them. So in other words, you want to, you know, eliminate that aspect of sitting down or, you know, evoking the demon and then listening to the demon, because when you think about it, when you put yourself into a listening state, you're in a passive state, and in that time, in that state, you know, you're more suggestible. So, you know, don't waste your time trying to ask a demon for lottery numbers or, you know, what Gary did last week, because at the end of the day, we live in an information age, and any information that you want to find is readily accessible via the internet or other means. So don't waste your time trying to talk to demons and get information out of them. Tip number 2, evoke demons when you feel at your strongest physically and spiritually. Now again, remember, demons, they seek to not corrupt, but they seek to cause as much suffering as possible, and for them to do that, they need to find weak people to work through. They need to find weak people through whom they can work as channels. So in other words, you know, morally weak people who are not in tune with their own higher values. These people, they seem to be the most readily affected by demonic influence. You know, so again, demons, because they love to create as much chaos as they can down here on this plane, by your being proactive and evoking the demons when you're feeling your strongest physically and spiritually, you reduce the risk of them being able to attack you at a later date, because they tend to do that. They tend to, if you're not banishing them properly and forcefully, they tend to hang around, and they'll come back. They'll come back and they'll attempt to influence you to do all kinds of weird shit. So always evoke when you feel that you're strongest. And one thing I want to point out too is that when you read a lot of the older grimoires, like the Red Dragon grimoire, you'll see that, or even the Goetia, when you read those grimoires, you'll see that the instructions recommend that the operator or the sorcerer, you spend at least 9 days being abstinent, staying away from women. So, that way, that instruction was designed to help the sorcerer build up a store of masculine, powerful, forceful energy, so that you could control the demon. So when you're feeling your most powerful, your most assertive, and we all have these different time periods during the month when we feel that way, and these time periods may not align with like the moon phases, for example, but we all have these periods during the month, and when you feel your strongest, that's when you want to evoke the demon, so you can command that demonic energy better and protect yourself as well. Now, tip number 3, I kind of mentioned this in tip number 2, but banish, 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 and banish some more. Banish. So after you've evoked the demon, you call the demonic energy to you, and you've sent it out to do what it is that you need help with. Banish your space, banish your bioenergetic fields, banish, clear whatever incense you have that you dedicate to banishing. Break it out, smoke the place. And now again, I'll say it again, demons are, their main purpose is to cause suffering. They love suffering. They delight in suffering. So, it's just common sense that you want to clear your space, so that, whether you live by yourself or you live with a family, you want to make sure that none of that demonic energy is hanging around and screwing with everybody's energy fields and causing all kinds of mental, physical, emotional havoc there. So banish your space, banish it good. Alright, now you see I have my copy here of our grimoire, the grimoire of false control demons to do your will. And you see I have our protection circle here. Zoom in there. So that's our protection circle that comes with the book, and the evocation circle there, it also comes with the book. And this is the safest and easiest way to evoke demons using this system here. You simply put your picture here in the protection circle, put a sigil of the demon in the evoking circle, and then you follow the instructions in the book, and presto changeo, you evoke the demon, you send it on its way. Simple as that. There's no need to sit down and draw these big circles or chant for hours upon hours. There's no need for that. That sort of thing is actually draining, and it kind of puts the sorcerer at the weak end of the equation. So you're at the so think of it as a sales situation. You're the person, you're the person that can get screwed if you're dealing with someone that's not has high morals. So this book here, safest way to evoke the demons. And when you get this book, when you order this book from us, you are connected to this book. So the book itself is a talisman that helps you evoke the demons much easier. And again, it just doesn't make sense to sit down and go through all those long invocations that not too many people understand what they even mean, to put yourself in a weakened state. So I highly recommend that if you have worked with demons in the past and you want an easier way, a safer way with which to evoke these entities, check out our grimoire, folks, and you'll be pleased that you did. So guys, I want to thank you so much for staying tuned. I hope you stayed awake. And thank you so much for staying tuned, and we will have many more instructional videos coming very shortly. So thank you so much, guys. You have a great day. Stay safe and banish often. Bye now.